Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this JPEG and they wanted to know how you could create this inner shadow. Now mine's going to be a little bit different because this one is curved and mine is not. But I've kind of done it. There's a lot of variations you could change. And it's not really it is a shadow, but it's not really a shadow from the shadow tool. You could use those, and there's actually an inner shadow, but it would be blurry type shadow, like a true shadow. Where this really isn't. This is more, the shadow's not even blurrier than the number itself. So what we're going to do, we're going to take, this is just the number 15 because they use that. I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to go to effects just to make it look good, and I'm going to contour to the outside 0.02 3 times. And I get that right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and color these in to make it kind of look like the picture itself. And the first one is white. So we're going to take the Smart Fill tool. It's kind of hard to see a white on here, but I'm going to get right there and put white. I'm going to grab a darker, trying to get like a maroon, and go to the second one. And then I'm going to use black on the outside, just much like their picture. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this, and it's roughly over 2 inches. So I'm going to set my nudge factor on 3, and I'm going to get my Smart Fill tool. I'm going to set it on a light gray, and I'm going to fill that in and nudge it over, and fill that in and nudge it over. And then I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to left click, right click, and just get an outline. Now I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 0.03. I'm going to do one letter at a time. I'm going to hit the plus key on my keyboard. I'm going to go to the right arrow key and the down arrow key. I'm going to grab my 5, hit the plus key, right arrow key, down arrow key. That is making my area for basically my shadow. And I'm going to get a darker gray, and I'm going to put it right there and right there. And let me look at the original picture. Yeah, it's down here and up here. I'm doing this without zooming in, which I probably should. I'm just trying to look at it better. But I'm just filling in these parts. And I think I've got them all, much like the picture. There's some shadow on that one. Yeah, I got it. Anyway, now I'm going to set my nudge factor back to 3 inches. And I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool now, and on that, like a lighter gray, fill in that spot. Fill in that spot. But now I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to right click, no outline. And now I'm going to take my selected and just nudge it over. That's going to give it the appearance that that's a shadow, because it's not, it would look better if I would have picked a font, now that I think about it, that has a curve, because it kind of blends in, but where this has a sharper point. And it's going to look a lot better when we put a background on it, just to kind of let you see what it, go up to object, order, back a page. So it kind of looks like it. Now this is taken at a perspective. Don't really need to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to select the two numbers, and I'm going to Control G to group them together. And then I'm going to get object in perspective, add a perspective. Kind of hard to see with the background, so I'm going to take my background away for a second. Go up to object, perspective, add a perspective, and I'm just going to kind of make it look like it's coming from a distance. Maybe not perfect, but when we add the black background or the blue background, it'll look more like the picture. And so that's kind of the shadow. Now, we could blurry the shadow a little bit. It's not that big a deal. I would really, in this case, suggest not. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Object and lock my blue so I can't grab it, because now I'm going to select everything and ungroup it. I'm going to go up to Object, Group, and Ungroup. And I'm going to grab the inside and nudge it over, and try to grab my shadow. I should have just grabbed my shadow, I guess. So let me put the numbers back. So there's my shadow. I don't know if I can do it as a group, but I'm going to try. I'm going to go to Object, Group, and Group. And then I'm going to go to Effects, Blur, Gaussian Blur. You see how it blurred it, but I think it blurred it a little bit too much. So I'm going to bring it back and then say OK. And then because my nudge factor is still set, I can put it back. So now my shadow's kind of blurred in a blue. I don't know what that is all about. Oh, okay. What I can do here is take away the gray, and maybe I missed that shadow too. And I can fill this whole thing in with that light gray. See, it goes up to the white. Then I can probably ungroup these because some of them are grouped. No, I'm just going to group them all. And now I'm going to go back to Effects and Blur. I should have left a copy so we could see what the original looks like. That's okay. And then put it back. Now we're probably going to have to go to Object, Order, Front of Page. And then that way, the shadow does have a little bit of shadow effect. So either way, if I was going to print this on a shirt, I would do it just like this. But that might look pretty cool within itself. Anyway, I hope that answered their question, and thank you for watching.